Hi everyone, my name is Amy Georgiadis and I'm the Human Resources Director here at Queensbury Union Free School District. I'd like to start off by thanking you all. Thank you for your time and willingness to be part of this hiring committee. The decisions you make are important ones and will affect the future of our district. Please remember that the information that you receive as a committee member is confidential and must be treated as such. Hiring the best candidate for each and every job is the ultimate goal during the hiring process, and a critical part of that process is the interview. Carefully crafting questions, obtaining the information you need, and making a good impression on candidates are important aspects of the process. When you're preparing to conduct an interview, the first thing you do is structure it. This reduces subjectivity. Choose the most important attributes or competencies that are required for the position, such as knowledge, skills, or abilities, and create questions in a rating rubric. Next, develop the interview questions. Open-ended questions prevent one-word responses by encouraging conversation. Be sure to create behavioral, situational, and general questions. Behavioral questions focus on candidates' past behaviors, and situational questions focus on anticipated behavior in hypothetical situations. Decide who will ask which questions and in what order for consistency. The interview rating sheet should align with the competencies and also provide an objective way to assess each candidate. Be sure the ratings are tied to specific behavioral examples. When you set the tone of an interview, be sure to provide a consistent environment for all candidates. It should be comfortable and accessible and contain the same seating arrangements for each interview. Candidates should be greeted warmly and introduced to everyone in the room. Interview questions should be asked in the same manner, and the same amount of interview time should be allotted for each candidate. There are a number of do's and don'ts one should think about during the interview process. First, beware of rater bias. This is the tendency to make snap judgments based on our cultural or environmental backgrounds and personal experiences. Don't let your unconscious bias, something we all have, interfere with fairly evaluating the candidate's performance. Don't rely on first impressions, don't compare candidates with each other, and avoid groupthink, allowing other people's opinions, good or bad, affect your own feedback. Be aware of the halo effect when an interviewer is so impressed by one aspect of an applicant's qualification that he or she overlooks negative aspects of an individual's background. Also, be aware of the similar to me effect, and always ask a candidate if he or she has any questions. Lastly, avoid these areas during questioning: race and color, gender and sex, religion, age, disability, national origin and citizenship, marital status, criminal arrests and convictions, political affiliations, off-duty conduct, number of children, and sexual orientation. If a candidate volunteers information not job-related, ignore the information and do not make a note of it. Here are some interview pointers to help make it a successful experience for the hiring committee. Ask questions in the same manner to be sure you are obtaining the same information from all candidates. Invite candidates to ask questions. This can provide insight as to why they want to be here. Listen well, remain unbiased, don't dominate the interview time. A good rule of thumb is to listen 80% of the time and talk 20% of the time. Take good notes, paraphrasing and writing down actual responses. At the conclusion of the interview, thank the candidate and let he or she know what the next steps in the process are. After the interview, compare notes and the interview rating sheet as a group. Be prepared to back up your remarks and recommendations with specific examples from your interview notes. Remember, above all, don't compare candidates to each other. Compare them against established criteria. Once again, thank you for taking the time to be here and participate on this committee. The contributions you make to hiring the best person for this position are invaluable and will have a lasting effect on the students' success in our district.